Wife told me I wasn't her best. Not sure how to move forward. Sorry in advance for the ramble wall of text. I'm kind of going through it right now. So let me start by saying, I love my wife and am very happy being with her. About 2 years ago, my wife, then girlfriend, and I were at a party. We had been together for 3 years at this point, and I had an engagement ring purchased and had plans to purpose. While we were standing in the kitchen, we overheard someone across the kitchen say, "And that was the best sex of my life," which made us turn our heads. At this point, I had had a few drinks and felt like being flirty, so I looked at my girlfriend, gave her a smirk and said, "Am I the best you ever had?" To which she almost immediately just said, "Babe, I love you." I was shocked. I couldn't believe what I was hearing, so I kind of did a, "What? Are you serious?" To which she said, "He just choked me till I almost passed out." At this point, I'm trying not to have a full-on breakdown in this person's kitchen in front of several of our friends. This hurt so badly because, as I said, there was almost no hesitation, which to me made it seem like as soon as she heard the girl say, "That was the best," she was already thinking about it. Again, at this point, we had been together 3 years and have had lots of crazy, passionate sex, gotten to know each other's bodies and preferences, and she still immediately thought of this other guy. I spent the night internally freaking out and drinking way more than I should have. The next day, I tried to talk to her about it, but I couldn't handle it emotionally. For some reason, at this point, she decided to tell me more details, like how he was going through a divorce, so he was older and more experienced and strong. I feel like I can literally see this happening, and it breaks my heart. She then told me how toxic of a relationship it was and how he dumped her on Valentine's Day, which caused her to be so upset that I know she went and hooked up with another random guy. This was all before we were together, so no cheating was involved. But thinking of how good she thought this guy was and how devastated she was by him leaving, that she felt the need to hook up with a rando. Since then, she tried explaining it like, different stores can have different of the best chocolate. But I explained how that didn't mean anything to me when she so quickly thought of that other guy. And most recently, when we talked about it, about a week ago, she said, "I wish we never had that conversation. I should have never told you that. It shouldn't have been asked." To which I said, "Yeah, I wasn't really asking, I was flirting with you. If I had thought for a single second that there was any chance of you saying no, I wouldn't have asked." After that night, I quit vaping and started working out several times a week, but as far as I know, she still thinks this other guy was better than me. And at this point, even if she were to say I was the best IDK, if I would even believe her. This conversation has haunted me for 2 years. I can go a while without thinking about it, but it occasionally creeps back into my mind, and I spiral and feel so much anxiety and so much insecurity. This all happened before me, so again, no cheating happened. But when I think about it, it almost feels like I've been cheated on or broken up with. Our relationship is great. We don't have any major issues or fights. This just continues to haunt me.